Hi everyone, welcome to your housing webinar. We are here to tell you all about move-in and the experience you're going to receive at move-in, as well as what to prepare for. I'm going to be able to introduce you to our team. So, Devon, can you please go ahead and share a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Devon. I'm a third year here at Cal State East Bay. I major in communications, so it's a lot of getting to know people, presentations, essays, and working with my land. I'm a resident assistant while also being from the Welcome Center. I tour guide as well. So yeah, really excited to just, explain housing to you guys and just give you guys a ton of information.
Yeah, and thank me. So thank you. My name again is Mylan Huyn, and I am currently the Director of Housing, and we're here today to just share a little bit more. So with that, we're going to go ahead and share our screen so you can be able to view some of our information, and we'll definitely have this not only viewable for you, but sent to you as you move forward in your moving process. So a little bit about move-in. Move-in is across 3 different dates, and we call this as the main move-in period. So your lease officially starts on Thursday, August 14th. And on these specific dates and times, we have the full extravaganza for you. We have staff outside. We have free meals where you and your family members are able to join. We have a lot of our student leaders out there helping to support your move-in. Now, if you're wondering these dates, can you move in at a later time because your family can't bring you up, or because you have a job, or perhaps for whatever other reason? That's not a problem at all, but we do encourage for you to select and make an appointment from these dates. At the end of the day, you can move in again anytime after August 14th, but we will still require an appointment so we are prepared for your move-in process. So a couple of things to think about as you prepare for your move-in. You want to select that main move-in. You want to submit your Bay card photo if you've never submitted a Bay card photo before. Now, for incoming freshman students as well as incoming transfers, this will be a very important piece to you. If you happen to miss submitting your Bay card photo, you can still move in, but there might be a wait time of possibly up to an hour as we print your Bay card and properly key your rooms for you to be able to have your Bay card. And the next slide will tell you a little bit more about why that Bay card, your student ID, is so important. We'll tell you a little bit in this presentation how you're able to connect to your roommates, as well as what to begin to pack for as you consider your move in and what to bring. Now, how to book a appointment. Just like you applied, you're going to go into your student housing student portal. And when you log in at the very top, you're going to see the word appointments. From there, you're going to select the dates as well as the hour that you want your appointment time. Now, these dates and hours, they are to help with the traffic. They're to help with supporting you, and they're to help be able to balance out when you can come in with all the support that we have to offer. If you find that day that you're running a little bit late or you hit a little bit of traffic or for whatever reason, maybe your flight was canceled, don't stress out. We will still be here during the main appointment times. Our staff will be outside and offering curbside check-in and will be able to support you there. So as you click through, you want to look at the different appointment slots. Each appointment slots are various times within an hour during those key times. And then we'll send a confirmation to you as well. And even as you're doing this, you'll be able to see that it'll pop up to say, hey, are you sure you want to book this appointment? Then you click save and voila, you have your appointment booked. If you find that later on you decide you want to switch your appointments, not a problem. Go through the same process. And again, if you're finding out like, oh, your appointment says that you're only available until 2 p.m. that day, I'm not going to be here until 5 p.m. A week up before the housing move-in, additional appointments will become ready. Now, the main appointment again is we will have everyone outside supporting you with curbside pickup, having RAs help you, having student leaders be able to show you where's the your room, where's the bathroom, where's the laundry room, kind of walk you through it. If you come on one of the after hour move-in appointment periods, you might be directed to the front desk. You might even be directed to meet a staff member who will hand over items, and then you'll be handed some self-guided information about what does move in and where to go as important resources. But if you're able to select the main move-in date, you'll have all the different things provided to you. So that's a little bit about your move-in period. Now, in this next section, I just wanted to show you a little bit about where housing is at. This is our campus map. So we are located on the Hayward campus, up the hill, actually, if you've never had a chance to do your orientation yet. But there are two methods to come into the campus. There is the Carlos B. Boulevard, and there's this Harder Road right here. Housing is located on the south side of the campus. So right here on the map as PH, you'll be able to see Pioneer Housing. This is where our main housing area will be. In your move-in period, you will be coming up Harder Road, coming through this small side road right here. And right here at the bottom loop right here of where the dining hall and these two buildings will be the main move-in location. From there, we'll be able to support you with coming in, picking up your keys, finding out which areas to park for unloading, which areas to park for no parking, and then as well as long-term parking. So as a quick overview, you can find this on the website, but you'll be coming in at a stop 1, getting more information, stop 2 right here, getting checked in, and stop 3 and 4 to begin the unloading process. Missed your date again? We will reschedule you. You're welcome to reschedule yourself, and all that is not a problem at all. Move-in day, what to expect. I'm going to turn it over here for Devon because he's actually gone through multiple move-ins at this point to show you a little bit about what it looks like and what's the best way to find your community while you're here at East Bay.
Yeah, thank you. So, move-in day, what to expect. There's going to be a lot of things. You're going to see a lot of people, maybe a little overwhelmed, but just, relax, calm down a little bit, and, just make sure to have a great time. So, talking about logistics, you just want to make sure that you bring your ID just so you have identification with you so we can make sure we know who you are. You'll have access to move-in bins. So, instead of having to take things one by one and, having that process be a lot longer, we have bins for you so you can put your things in there, use the elevator and, have that process just move a lot faster. And families are welcome to stay. We're not going to kick you out or make you leave or anything. You guys are welcome to stay and, say your goodbyes, hang out with your kids just for a little bit longer. And also just to not have any inconveniences, there's free parking for that whole entire week when moving's going to happen. Just so we know that, you guys aren't really familiar with how our parking permits work. So just to eliminate that, we already have that settled for you guys. You also will already have assigned bed spaces for you. So you'll have like a letter with your bed space, and that's where you'll know where to move in, just in case don't want to mix it up with your roommate or anything like that. When it comes to community, when you do finally get settled or just if you're in a comfortable spot, be sure to meet your RA. I'm a resident assistant this year, and we're supposed to be just friendly faces that are just supposed to guide you throughout this academic year. So make sure you just introduce yourself. And speaking of introducing, also obviously want to introduce yourself to your roommates, get to know them a little bit more, maybe talk about like hobbies, things of that nature. And just remember, it's a judgment-free zone. Just be yourself. And yeah, just check out welcome events, see what's going on. There'll be a bunch of flyers. There'll be organizations, sororities, things of that nature. So just have a great time. And families can eat with you free if you go to lunch that day and, just have that final moment before they leave you off for this new journey. So yeah.
Absolutely. Those are some great recommendations. So move-in day is all about getting to know your community. So one of the things that we're really proud of is we don't actually identify as being called a dorm. We call it a residential life, a residential experience, because when you come in, there's all these community pieces and you're able to live in community with fellow students here. So with that said, consider your moving day as the welcome to your start of your college journey. Though you're thinking, I just want to get in there first, I want to quickly grab my favorite bed and drop off my items, I would urge you to consider picking some of the main move-in dates so that you can have that experience to just slow down and get to know your future roommates, your fellow students on the floor, and even the RA. As Devon mentioned, he's an incoming RA, and RA is one of our student leaders that we have living at housing, and they're there to help really support that transition. You also have, as he mentioned, assigned bed space. So there is no need to rush to be the first one in to claim the bed that has, the high loft for privacy or by the window for the lighting or closest to the door so that you have easy access to the kitchen. Whatever it may be, there are assigned spaces so you don't have to stress out about that. But the main piece is you get to come in and in this weekend have a lot of activities and have time to be able to just slowly unpack and get to know your community. Now, a popular question that's come up even during past orientations is family members asking, hey, do you do anything for me? Can I stick around? Can I spend the night? So we do have a lot of families who stick around for that lunch period where families, including young ones, including elders, can come join and eat with their student. Many of the families stick around for a couple hours for the students just to help unpack, unload, and maybe do some quick errands off campus in the local community. However, I would discourage you from trying to spend the night with your student, especially in their first night there within housing. They're trying to settle in with their roommates, their suite mates, and yes, each student will have designated guest period times that they can have a person stay overnight if they request for all the suite mates. But probably in that first night, I would encourage that if you are coming from a non-local area, that you look at a potentially a hotel, a family member, some other area that you can stay to allow for your student to really enjoy the experience and not overwhelm them as they're trying to meet other students and really just settle in. So those are some of the questions that we received. Now, part of this Bay card concept that we've shared with you, the Bay card is your official ID with the campus. At housing, the Bay card also serves as the key card. So if you're coming in as a first-time freshman transfer, you need to be able to upload this picture. It's a very key piece that you upload the picture earlier on so we can have the card printed for you. If you're a returning student, it is also just as important. And if you lost it through the summer, no worries. You just have to email us ahead of time so we can prepare for that. If you walk in the day of move-in without the Bay card, these are things that might take more time for you as we settle into just the move-in period. And you may not have access to your door right away. We might have to walk you up to the door to provide access as the Bay card is still being created. Devon, can you share a little bit more about how the Bay card is important for you as a student in all these different access areas?
Yeah, so as a student, I use my Bay card every single day. Just, you have easy access to a lot of different things. So, one of the examples is a meal plan. So, with your Bay card, you get attached with not only a meal plan, so that's going to be amount of swipes for a week. We have different meal plans that range from 5 to all the way up to 21 meal swipes a week. With your Bay card as well, you get flex dollars, which is a concept of we have these places on campus. We have markets, we have Panda Express, Taco Bell, a lot of food places on campus, and you're able to use these flex dollars on different items, and purchase those food items. Your Bay card has access to that. You also have key access to buildings. So the ones that you'll be going to for classes, you may also need access for that with your key card. You can use it for the library, for other student services, for payments. So, it's super important. Definitely don't lose it. If you do end up losing it, and if someone is feeling super duper generous, they probably put it in the lost and found, which is with our police department. So feel free to search in that area if you do end up losing your Bay card. But yeah, on the CSUEB website, if you're kind of confused on like, how do I get this started? How do I upload my photo? There's a Bay card application form where you actually will upload a picture of yourself. They want to make sure that it's with the back camera, super good lighting, just because you will be using this throughout your whole journey at East Bay. And you're able to receive a digital or a physical Bay card. It is better to have a physical Bay card, but if you want to have a digital one, there's apps where we can pull up that information and also be able to identify you. And to receive your Bay card, you obviously must be registered as a student at East Bay. And if you are living on campus, best thing is to come in at Lassen and get that picture taken of you if you already haven't uploaded that photo online. But yeah, like we said, this is going to be extremely important. You will be seeing your Bay card a lot throughout your journey at East Bay.
Awesome. Thank you. So the next important questions that people always ask, what to pack? So Devon's going to take lead in some of the next sections about just what are the most popular things that students like to bring. Starting with what about bedding and sleep?
Yeah, so for bedding and sleep, all of our beds in the suites are going to be twin XL. So you're going to make sure you bring those type of sheets. If you do bring a different size, it may not fit the exact same. So just want to make sure it's twin XL. And a lot of people, they'll bring like a comforter just to have like extra comfortability, and also pillows and pillowcases. Unfortunately, we're not a hotel. We won't be able to provide those items with like for you, but you are able to get those things and be able to receive that as well. What a lot of people do, including myself, is a mattress topper is super important. Just so you sleep extra good, and we wake up for classes feeling energized and just amazing. Uh, so yeah, definitely would look into that, and you can get those items at like Target, other places that are nearby. So don't have to worry too much about that. But also these are some recommendations. And just for a little thing to know, so for the top bunk slash loft, just for safety reasons, we don't have bed risers. They're not permitted. Just because if we do have things that are at a really, high level, we don't want anyone to fall or have like, it be unsafe. But yeah, that's going to be for bedding and sleep.
Thank you. Bath and hygiene. What are some of your favorite products as a student?
Yeah, so for bath and hygiene, I definitely would say bring shower shoes for sure. That's definitely something that you may want to invest in. But there's other things too. There's a shower caddy that you can bring just to have things like organized, towels as well. You may want more than one just so, in case you need one for your hair, or you like need to wash one, you have that extra one with you. Washcloths and loofah, definitely want to bring that because that won't be provided. And then for toiletries, you want to bring toothbrush, like toothpaste, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, all those great things just to, promote hygiene. Razor and shaving cream as well, because, you may have to shave. And just in general, it's going to be a lot of responsibility, as an incoming freshman. These may be things that your parents, provide you with, but, as living here on campus, these are things that you'll have to get yourself. And there's nail clippers, tweezers, hairbrush, comb, take care of your hair, make sure you look good for class. Laundry basket and hamper as well. And if we haven't already said it, our laundry is free on campus. Other schools may make you pay for that, but ours is completely free as long as you bring your detergent and dryer sheets. But
Yeah. Absolutely great things to plan and pack for. In the case that you do miss something, maybe you forgot a toothbrush, maybe you forgot a shampoo for the night, we do have what we call a micro market here that's located right next to our dining hall, and they take the flex funds. So every meal plan has a little bit of flex funds like we use for the micro market, could be used for the Starbucks, the Einsteins, and other eateries on campus. But you do have that option, but it's also good for you to just plan for it as part of your move-in. Room essentials, there's lots of things too as you begin to think about your classes and what to share. Devon, continue forward.
yeah, so for room essentials, you're gonna want to bring like maybe some storage bins, some organizers, just because you may have a lot of things with you, whether that's clothes, whether that's, other items. And for desk supplies, definitely want to have like pens and notebooks for your classes. You may, be jotting down notes or just, you may have to study some things. So that's gonna be very important. Tape is also a big one in case you want to tape up like posters or if you just want to, fix something. Tape is always super useful to have. Scissors as well, that goes hand in hand if you need to cut something, if you're working on a project, that nature. Also to headphones. I know I wear my headphones a lot if I'm walking around campus, if I'm, just have my free time. Headphones are super just essential and important. A reusable water bottle as well. One cool thing that I do is I have a big reusable water bottle and I take that to the PK and I refill it whenever I want to because, you don't necessarily have to swipe for that. You can just go in, refill your water bottle, and walk back out and stay hydrated. So I feel like that's really important. Also a planner or a calendar just so you can stay up on everything and just, not be too overwhelmed. You could take your time day by day, put what you have to do and just, stay ahead of the curve. Book organizers are also super important as well because you will be having some books and, just want to make sure that you're maintaining just like the perfect mindset and just staying focused. So yeah, these are some room essentials.
No, that's great. And as we have a shared community, each of our building has various different community areas. So there's study spaces, there's larger community rooms. And so having room essentials that can be easily packed up, taken to the library, taken to the core, taken to the study room is really important for that. The other thing that we didn't mention about the bathroom essentials is each unit actually has their own bathroom as well. And so we're recommending items to think about, like, do you want to carry your items in a caddy or do you want to bring your shower slippers? But also know that every single apartment has their individual bathroom, which is a little bit unique because there are some campuses that have just one bathroom for the entire floor. Now, another item that's really unique is every single unit has a kitchen or a kitchenette. And so this is part of the experience. We definitely have a lot of even educational classes at East Bay about how to cook your own meal, how to take care of your own self. But one of the cool things is in the apartments, they have full kitchen by definition of a stove as well as a refrigerator. But because they have a stove, they don't have a microwave. Versus in our suites, we have kitchenettes. And so in the suite, we do provide a microwave. But common items that people pick is the bowls, utensils, cutting boards, and then small appliances such as water boilers, rice cookers, air fryers is common as well. The only item that we discourage to bring because it's a policy violation is anything with an open coil. So anything that is potential for fire concern. So that's some of the areas about the kitchen and kitchenette. Devon, did I miss anything in this overview?
Well, I think you nailed everything. I know a lot of students like here we use our air fryers almost every day, just like cooking different types of food. Air fryer is super just super useful. So yeah.
Love it. And then cleaning supplies is really important. So as students live together, part of that is a responsibility of cleaning together. So the private bathrooms, the private kitchen or kitchenette, all of that is the responsibility of suite mates and their roommates to be able to clean. So we highly recommend for students to not only come up with a cleaning schedule, and the RAs will be able to help with this, but also think about which of these items they need to bring. This is one of the pieces where we would encourage you to talk to your roommates ahead of time to think about like who's bringing the broom, who's bringing the mop, Or in the previous slide about kitchen, who's bringing the air fryer? As a room of four or apartment of four, you wouldn't want four air fryers in the kitchen or kitchenette. So that's a little bit about the cleaning supplies. But the next piece is really where we're kind of inching at is how to contact your roommates for some of these conversations. And Devon, from your perspective, not only as a student, but an incoming RA, what are some great ways to be able to start that conversation with a future roommate?
Yeah, so there's amazing ways to contact your roommates and just like promote those conversations. On the housing portal, on your application, you'll, put facts about yourself, put your hobbies, all that information. On that application as well, or on that website, you're actually able to reach out to your roommates and message them privately. This is something that you can do. You could private them and send them your number and, start a group chat, or you could send them information on your social media and start group chats from there. And yeah, you could just reach out, share your interests, hobbies, your favorite shows, and just talk about like different things. Just get to know each other. And like I was saying earlier, you could also discuss items that you're gonna bring, and just make sure you're not bringing duplicates. Like Mylan was saying, you don't need four air fryers in a room, anything like that. It's also important to kind of just like schedule wise, let them know when you're making your time at East Bay, just like figuring out like when you're going to be there, just in case like if you have everyone moving all at one time, or if the parents are there, you just want to make sure you know how to navigate like your way into just moving in, making sure that process is all smooth and set. But yeah, reach out to roommates. For me, it's gone pretty good. Anytime I text a roommate, they usually text me back, and then we start that group chat, just discuss things and just get excited for the year. So definitely would encourage that 100%, because these are people you're going to see your entire year.
Yeah, and for students here in this webinar, and you're thinking like, I don't know how to really start some of those conversations. The next page, we talk about a little bit of just questions that you could bring up with each other, but also know your RAs will be setting a meeting to help you come up with what we call a sweet meet agreement. So that could be the beginning of who sleeps at what time. Are you an early bird or are you late bird? Who wants to clean up the bathroom? What's the cleaning schedule for the kitchen? To guests, can we have guests over? Do guests need to leave by 10 p.m. every night? And so the RAs will be there to support. But I think too, with roommates that are coming in, just feel free to introduce yourself. You'll have the time, but really getting to know each other. I think in one of the earlier slides, we mentioned moving for housing is really about establishing community. And so, yes, it's daunting in some ways to move away from home or move in with folks that you might not be friends with yet, but keep an open mind because Cal State East Bay, we're so proud of our diversity. And part of that is being able to embrace or at least start the conversation with someone that you don't share a background with, never shared a room with, have different family standards from, right? And being able to learn from one another. So this is just a quick list of icebreakers and things about, how do you get to know one each other? And we have a whole series of welcome week events that really make this fun, where you can go with your roommate, your floor mate, a friend you just met, to be able to hang out with each other and get to know each other in a more casual way. But with that, we have a couple more logistics for housing that we wanted to share. Mailroom information. You will be using this address right here that you see, 1901 Harder, as your primary mailroom address. If you're looking to ship things here and or just buy things from, say, UPS, Amazon, TikTok Shop, wherever it may be, we ask that you don't order anything prior to a week before. We do have summer residents right now that will be transitioning out. And as you transition into the fall, you can begin to order different items. We have an Amazon locker box as well. And so the Amazon locker box, you can order and receive things. It's fully managed by Amazon, so it doesn't need to go through our mailroom, which is a little bit different from our housing mailroom where things do need to be logged in. So even if you order for something online and it says, oh, I'll be here by next day, it does formally need to come to the campus. It needs to be logged, and the mailroom needs to be open for you to be able to receive a package. So it's a little bit about the mailroom. Welcome week activities is something we're super excited about. So I kind of hinted at there's a lot of activities that you can meet new friends at, but Devon's actually experienced some of them. And as an RA coming in, that's one of the things that he's super excited about. Devon, tell us more what that looks like.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fun welcome events just to really get to know people and just like create that community space that we've been talking about this whole time. So yeah, one that I actually partake in was speed friending, and it was really cool. You just walk in, you meet a ton of people, and basically there's a timer and it's very quick. You meet someone, then you meet the next person, and just really go through everyone. It's really fun. We'll have like trivia nights, movie nights where we have our hammocks, we have our quad area, and we're really just, having a great time. I know one thing too, a lot of these events could be hosted by RHA as well, which is our basically our leadership essentially, and they'll do like murder mysteries, they'll do like Family Feud, they'll go ahead and send people to Alcatraz and completely pay for those tickets, send people to museums, completely pay for those tickets. So there's a lot of fun things to just kind of meet new people and make lifelong friends. We'll also have a Pioneer Street Fair where we'll have like, flyers, ton of stuff as well. And like I said, all those organizations, those clubs coming out, just trying to make sure you guys stay educated and, just try to get to join all the fun.
Yeah. Same goes for the campus. There's a whole bunch of activities. So these are some pictures of some campus tradition. We have a club and org expo. So this is all happening in the first 2 or 3 weeks of school where clubs are coming out and it's your chance to kind of find your interest or make a new interest, right? Walk up and try a new organization or go to our fresco, which is this big event called, it's considered as our fall annual festival. There's usually a concert. There's, folks out there. There's free food, there's dances. It's just a really, really exciting time for being an outdoor festival. So that's a little bit about some of the Welcome Week activities. Now, the parking permit is also a popular question that we received a lot. Tavon, what do you know about parking permits for students?
Yeah, so for parking permits, they're going to be $195 a semester and $100 for the summer. And for move-in, parking will be completely free for that entire week just because we know that will be inconvenience to have to pay for parking pass, especially if some of you are coming down and not really understanding how that works yet. Yeah, so there will be a grace period for a week exactly, but it's only going to be for general lots. It's not going to be for like the staff parking. There'll be also other lots that won't be permitted for that. But just make sure when you do park your car, take your parking permit out, make sure that it's visible before leaving your car, just so the people handing out tickets just know not to touch your car. Also, too, you can purchase permits online on the CSUEB website. Actually, if you go to the order here, if you screenshot this and scan that QR code, it'll take you directly to a link where you can purchase your parking permit. Parking permits can be picked up at the SF building. It's going to be at the parking office. And if students are going to have to use the 1901 Harder Road address, if they do want it to come straight to the school. If not, they can send it to their home address and obviously they can get picked up there as well. But if you are living on campus, I would suggest sending it to 1901 Harder Road. It'll go straight to the mailroom. And then after it goes to the mailroom, it will get delivered to the parking office, which will be at the SF building, like I said earlier. And generally, like if you don't want to do a parking permit for the whole semester, there's daily or hourly permits. So $2 an hour is going to be what you can do, or you can do $10 a day. And usually, it may take a little bit you know, for you to receive your parking permit. And in order like for you to be able to park, we give you a temporary card for 14 days, which is what you'll use. And you can pick this up at the parking and transportation department as well. And yeah, I'd say it's very convenient just to get the permit for the semester. But if you do, want to have a different option, like we said, here are the other plans. But yeah, that's going to be it for parking permits.
Thank you. So for families, again, the move-in weekend, you don't have to worry about first week of school. Also don't have to worry about, but you do need to order it online. They will give you a temporary permit until the physical permit comes in, and you can pick up the physical permit as long as you use the housing address listed here. Feel free to take a screenshot or a picture of the order here. I'll take you directly to the site where you can buy your permit. Easy Pass is something that's new from our parking office. And so the Easy Pass is essentially Alameda County Transit Program, completely free as long as you have the Bay card. So Bay card again is your student ID, very important for housing. Upload your photo, but you can use this to be able to move anywhere around in the Bay Area, in the sense that the Alameda County Transit will take you up and down the corridor of Alameda County, and from there you can quickly jump onto a BART system or anywhere else to kind of reach the Bay Area. This is what the AC Transit looks like, and the AC Transit bus stop is right across from housing. In fact, it's between housing as well as our gym or recreation and wellness center. Now, for those that are saying, hey, I got an internship or I want to go back home, tell me more about this. The AC Transit line in this visual here kind of shows you, it goes up and down Alameda County, but on this East Bay side. From here, we are connected to what's called the BART, the Bay Area Rapid Transit System. So in this Bay Area Rapid Transit, from our campus, South Hayward, and Castro Valley are very popular BART stations. And from the BART stations, you can get over to San Francisco. You can get over to the peninsula side. And even this last little stretch right here, it's not in this image, but there's another system called Caltrain. And so from there, you can actually use the Caltrain to be able to get down to Silicon Valley. So in a sense, public transportation is readily available for all Bay Area. And for the first time ever, Cal State East Bay is supporting the Easy Pass, which allows for free transportation for students all throughout this Alameda County corridor right here, as you see in this visual. So definitely something that you can do, and all you need is to get the Bay Area. And the first day of school, I'll have Devon kind of share that from his student perspective.
Yeah, so the first day of school can be a little hectic and maybe a little nerve-wracking, but honestly, you just got to handle it with grace and just give yourself that time to kind of just like relax, calm down, catch your breath. But the first thing you want to do is get there super early. You just want to make sure you can find your classes. What I did is I had a screenshot of my exact schedule, so I knew like, okay, on this day I have this class, this is the room number, this is the building, and I made sure there I was like 20 minutes early just to, to not be lost. This is a new school. Our campus can be kind of big for, someone incoming. So definitely just want to make sure you take that just like stress reliever and get that out the way. So yeah, just like a day before you could take a walk around campus, just get familiar, just like look at everything. Definitely want to bring your essentials. So a student ID or your Bay card, like we were saying, you were going to be using that a lot. So make sure you definitely have that in your pocket or just in your bag, anywhere. Notebooks as well. You may have to take notes. You may, just be getting familiar with your classes and, with the subjects. You want to have a notebook, pen, pencil, make sure you have that. A charged laptop, definitely want to make sure that is like charged and ready to go in case there's a links or just, a syllabus that you have to look at. And make sure you be friendly. Just introduce yourself to your classmates. Don't be too nervous to where you kind of just like stay in the back and just kind of, shy away from everyone. Make sure, you be yourself and just, have a great time. Ask questions. It's okay to not know everything like it says here. Just kind of, make sure you're familiar with everything and just know, what are your next steps. Stay open-minded as well because it is very different from high school. It's very different from, being in a, from your hometown. It's a whole new area. It's a whole new era. So just make sure that you embrace the change and just have a great time.
Great recommendations. And we're so excited for your first day again. And know again, the housing movement is a couple days before. So you'll have time to use that map, walk around, see where your classes are, see where you can get your lunch, see where you can sit outside and just enjoy the fresh air before your classes. But this is how you prepare for your first day of school. As you're walking around and you want, this is something we highly encourage, which is called the CSUEB Safe app. And so it's just a way for you to be able to quickly contact someone in case of emergency. And or maybe you're coming back late from class and you're like, hey, I don't have anyone to walk with. This is a virtual way that you can put down with your friends, like, hey, I'm walking back, just letting you know. And all this is available to you. Now, overall, Cal State East Bay, again, has University Police. We have emergency blue tower lights. We have, even within housing, different student staff as well as professional staff to be able to support. But just as another resource is we have this app that is part of our safety features available on campus. With that, that is the end of our presentation. Devon, why don't you close out, and then I'll do right after you.
Yeah, I just want to say, honestly, like I was saying earlier, just handle this with a lot of grace because you will be changing a lot as an individual and growing as a person. I know walking in as my freshman year, I was super duper nervous, not confident at all. And now, I can definitely say that I've grown a lot from that and changed. And just look for opportunities, make sure you build connections because ultimately you're here for your academics and you're here to, have a great adulthood. So we want to build that foundation and make it grow even stronger for after, your journey at East Bay.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. We'll have this available to you on the website as more information. Feel free to send this to other roommates, suitemates that are coming through and moving in with us. I just need the information, and we'll see you soon. Bye.